You're sitting in traffic, late for work, and there he is, a man in a sleeping bag outside a Walgreens, sign in hand. You look away. But here's the question nobody asks out loud. Your tax dollars are already paying for that man. A lot of them. And you have no idea where they're going. Today, 5 things publicly funded for the homeless that taxpayers almost never hear about. No spin, no agenda, just the numbers. Number 1, emergency room care. This is the big one. Emergency rooms are legally required to treat anyone who walks through the door, insured or not. And for the chronically homeless, the ER isn't a last resort. It's their only doctor. In San Francisco, researchers tracked just 145 chronically homeless individuals over 1 year. Those 145 people racked up over $3 million in emergency room costs. 145 people. 1 city, 1 year. Here's what makes that number sting. A supportive housing placement for those same individuals would have cost less than half that amount. The system isn't just failing them. It's costing you more to fail them than it would to fix it. Number 2, the shelter system. Most people assume homeless shelters are charity, church basements, volunteer-run, donation-funded. Some are. But the backbone of the American shelter system is taxpayer money, federal, state, and local. New York City alone spends over $3 billion per year on its shelter system. That number is not a typo. $3 billion. In one city, housing over 60,000 people on any given night. A single emergency shelter bed in a major city costs between $35 and $150 per night, depending on location and services. That's not the Marriott. That's a cot, a locker, and staff on payroll. And the demand grows every year. Number 3, Medicaid homeless individuals are among the most expensive Medicaid enrollees in the country. Not because the system is generous, but because untreated problems become catastrophic ones. Studies consistently show that homeless Medicaid enrollees cost 3 to 4 times more than the average beneficiary. Chronic conditions go unmanaged. Mental health crises go untreated. Prescriptions go unfilled. Until everything collapses. And then, the most expensive possible intervention kicks in. The federal government spends over $800 billion annually on Medicaid. A disproportionate share flows toward individuals cycling through homelessness. Most taxpayers who benefit from Medicaid themselves have no idea they share the program with the person sleeping under the overpass. Number 4, the criminal justice cycle. This one almost nobody talks about. In cities across America, homelessness has been quietly criminalized. Sitting on sidewalks, sleeping in parks, loitering, open container, trespassing on private property that used to be public space. Every arrest means police time, jail booking, a public defender, a court date, processing, and then release. Back to the street, with a criminal record that makes housing even harder to get. A UCLA study broke down the math. 1 night in jail costs approximately $180. A supportive housing bed for the same person? $37. We are spending 5 times as much to punish homelessness as it would cost to address it. And most taxpayers are funding that math without knowing it exists. Number 5, veteran services. Here's the one that tends to hit hardest. Veterans make up roughly 11% of the homeless adult population in America, despite being less than 8% of the general population. Men and women who serve this country are dying on its streets at a disproportionate rate. The federal government runs dedicated programs, HUD-VASH, housing vouchers, SSVF rapid rehousing funds, VA medical centers with specialized care. The annual federal spend on homeless veteran services alone exceeds $3 billion. $3 billion. And veterans are still sleeping in tent cities outside VA hospitals in Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Washington, D.C. The money exists. The question is whether the system it flows through actually works. So here's where we land. You are paying for homelessness in America every single year. Billions of dollars through emergency rooms, shelters, Medicaid, jails, and veteran programs. The debate isn't whether to spend the money. The money is already spent. The real question, the one politicians avoid and media rarely frames, clearly, is whether we're spending it in a way that actually solves anything. Because right now, the evidence suggests we're paying the most expensive possible price to maintain a problem we could address for less. That's not a liberal argument. That's not a conservative argument. That's just math.